What up, though? Ledge here, back with another one. This is the top 5 slept on battles, suggested by Big Al Biggs, because he's seen my last joint, the top 5 favorite battles of mine. And you can see him in the comment section suggesting this one, which I appreciate. So if you have any other suggestions, whether it's top 5 favorite female battles, top 5 grudge matches, just leave them in the comments, and I'll get to them ASAP, man. I got time, so let's get into that. But first, the honorable mention list, man. I'm gonna breeze through this honorable mention list. Some of these could have easily cracked the top 5. I'm gonna be a little biased here because the league that I helped run, Bar Wars, put together a classic that many feel is a classic here in the state of Michigan, and that's King versus Dose Dope. Both in their 20s, early to mid 20s. So it was a classic battle, not by vets that you see all the time, but by a younger crop of individuals. I think this propelled both of them. It's put Dose Dope on the map. He started back getting booked in Florida. We gave him Fate here, which is a notable name. And that is the battle that I gave to Easy for King to get on the trenches and become the face of the trenches and to win the tournament. It was all because of this battle. And I knew it was a special battle because I seen people in the building react like I've never seen them react before. Like people that be really just nod and be like, yo, that's fire. Like Quest McCody, shout out to Quest. I seen him after one bar, he stood up and walked off. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people like get in like out of their character a little bit. So that's how I know we had one. So shout out to King versus Dose Dope on Bar Wars Rap Battles. Go check it out. The next one is Eon versus Eliza Versa. This one's like near and dear to me because I interviewed both of them around this time at some point or close to or right after. But I had my eye on both of them because if you don't know, I am probably the biggest advocate for women's battle rap. So I just knew they was going to be on a collision course to go against each other at some point, and then it happened, and it was special. It was a She Goes Hard battle, an extension from the We Go Hard channel, but I believe it was released on URL. I think the battle was that good that URL took it and put it on their channel. So that's how you know it was a good one. And you had the who's who of female battle rap in the building. You had the wonderful lighting, shot well. You had the charisma, performance, and just overall energy of Eliza Versa against Eon, who got a little more, I would say, substance with the flow and just that Chicago, slang and just accent. It was just a really good contrast in styles, really good battle. Shout out to both. Blast from the Past with Remedy versus QP, Quantum Physics. When Quantum, it's funny because Quantum, one of those guys, like when he's in the ring and focus, he's amazing to listen to. But then you always hear the outside stuff that you wish you didn't hear. And but when this battle happened was almost a decade ago, maybe, I didn't care about none of that. He was going off. And Remedy is somebody from St. Louis who was a part of that whole wave in St. Louis with the Hitmans and Ills and Verbs and Magics and all them. But I feel like he kind of got lost in the sauce. Could it be his content and the way he raps? A little dense, maybe. But to me, I feel like battle rap has got so much room for all type of different styles that it shouldn't really matter. A true talent, man. I see that he's back active. I wish him the best. This battle for the early ages of King of the Dot is one you got to go back and watch, man. It was definitely a lyrical, I wouldn't say lyrical miracle, but it was definitely lyrically inclined, man. It was one of those. Newborn versus Super Rider. I don't know what the hell happened to Super Rider, but I miss him, dog, because he was cold to me. He was cold, man. What I would say is I heard rumors that he joined the military. If so, whenever he did that, if that's true, support the troops. Thank you for your service. But at that time, man, he was one of them ones. I believe he was from the South too. So somebody who was creative and can really bar up from the South was different. So he was special. And this was at a time for Newborn, man. Newborn was really coming of age after he took some early L's in the early URL TV.TV era, like against Calico and Young Cannon and stuff like that. He started to find his own niche, and he was wigging, man. That was the first time people heard the revamp punch style that he kind of created. So shout out to him. CJA versus Mr. Biscuit. Another dope one. Mr. Biscuit is incredible. He should get booked more. CJA since this battle has did nothing but go up in status and in recognition and in just overall appreciation for what he does. This was a really good one. I believe this is Westworld, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's Westworld. If it's not, my apologies, but I believe it's Westworld. We're gonna go overseas a little bit. We're gonna go to the UK for Moke and Rivers, man. This was like one of my favorite battles from No Loose Chat, and it still remains that way. Heavily slept on. Go check it out. Moke, I think after this is when he started getting booked in the U.S. I think I saw him appear on iBattle and things like that. So it really opened the doors for him. And Rivers has always been one of my favorite guys to listen to from the UK, man. Like, I just think he's so unique. And when he's on it, like, it's just, when he's on one, he's on one. And this was like a good example of that. So this makes my honorable mention for sure. JP80 versus Crude is a battle in New Zealand. So that's the one outs in New Zealand, a league that I've covered before. So this isn't just some new stuff. I've been covering them. They know that. JP80, to me, I always say that. I still say this to this day. If he comes over here, if he gets booked over here, he's going to embarrass a few of y'all. I'm telling you, he nice for real. He's kind of like Bizzo in a way. He like angles, punches, got schemes, very like tailored for his opponent. It's like really good stuff. Crude is somebody who I haven't seen him since this battle, but in this battle, I just like his energy and just like his focus, man. He was like laser focused in this battle, and it was a good one. So shout out to the one outs. And then last but not least, man, Clone versus Foet Dev, man. That battle was really good. And that battle was highly debatable. Highly debatable. That was the Riot battle on the Riot network. I forgot. I don't even. You don't want to know why I like that battle so much? Because I really forgot what the main event was. I can't even tell you what the main event was. Was that Nitty and A Ward? Was that the same card? I can't remember. But this battle right here, this was one, man. I remember Dev's second being powerful, I believe, and Clone's third being powerful, and the first was like a toss up, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but heavily slept on because, like I said, it was a lot of other big names and good matchups on paper on that card, but this was the sneaky one that if you knew how both of them rap, you would appreciate it going into this battle. So shout out to Clone and Foet Dev for providing a big time sleeper as well. Now, let's get into the top 5. All right. Coming in at number 5, Flacco L versus Trax. Renegade rap battles. Man, I ain't gonna lie. So I found out about this battle from Danny Myers, because I believe Danny Myers was on this card, and he was just talking glowingly about how elite they were with their pens. This is definitely one of those sit back, really pay attention, a lot of detailed, like just in-depth lyrical content, soul food. This ain't no fast food stuff. They was delivering some soul food type of, I got to really think about what's being said and what's going on right here, man. Like, the creativity was off the charts. And yeah, Danny, I think if you go to their channel, you'll see Danny comment his pen on this, because like I said, I believe he was on that card battling maybe Bars Major or somebody like that. My memory escapes me on that. But yeah, man, Flacco L, one of the best pins still to this day. And Trax, that was my first time seeing him, and I don't know where he's at, but he's cold, and I'm sure he's still cold, because you don't put on that type of performance and then it just goes away. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a ghostwriter, and I definitely don't think he got a ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that type of battle, 3 rounds of just shot for shot, line for line, weaving everything, tying in together, cohesive, no big reaches in the battle or nothing like that. That's one for the books. That's number 5 on the sleeper list. Coming in at number 4, Real Sick versus XL. Real Sick versus XL. Man, I believe this was the first battle I seen from Real Sick since the battle where I think he battled Dre. Was it Dre Dennis on UW? because that's where I first seen him on a UW pay-per-view, and I didn't see him after that. And then I was like starting to get into my eye battle bag, and then I just seen his name, and he's battling XL, who I'm very familiar with. So I said, "Oh, this the dude." So let me watch it, and sure enough, man, this was the first time I was like, "Oh, no, he for real. He really for real with it." And XL was matching him bar for bar too. It's like XL, not one of them cats was just gonna back down from a challenge. So that's what like kind of hit my brain. Like, yo, and I think they was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they was on like some type of rooftop as well at night though. But that was, like I said, that was my first time that was my reintroduction to Real Sick. That was my first time in a long time watching the XL battle, and I was happy for every round, and it really, really, really solidified my love for iBattle and how they was doing things over there and how they continue to do things over there. Coming in at number 3, Times versus Fate. Midwest versus the West. You got Cali versus Michigan. This is on King of the Dot. At the time that it dropped, it was a top 3 candidate for Battle of the Year up like until later. It was early. It was so early in the year that other battles happened, so it kind of got pushed back. But this battle was so good, like a lot of people was like, "Yo, this might be my favorite battle of the year so far." And Times representing Detroit, representing a league out here called Alpha League. He was doing his thing. He was not too far from removed from the tournament, so he was still like in tournament like form pretty much. And Fate was somebody, I believe he was in a tournament as well. He is like really, really, really top level when it comes to being a punchline guy. So the contrast in punchlines versus street content that hits in the building on a big stage, the stuff that Times does, it was next level, man. Like I said, you can pick whatever quotables you want, but it's gonna be difficult to pick a winner in that battle. That's how good that battle was. Shout out to Times and Fate. Next one is Fonz versus Jay Kruger from Ultimate Madness, man. From Ultimate Madness. This battle is so slept on because one, you had other battles that people kind of highlight more. Like for instance, Fonz and Easy gets highlighted a lot more. Jada Nightwing and Real Sick, because that was the opening battle for the whole tournament, and it kind of set the bar for what the tournament should be like, right? So those type of battles, then the confrontation between Fonz and Ace Amin. You had other things, but as far as a battle where I was like going into it, I'm like, they both punch. It's about who punches better. They both punch. Who punches better? Who's more convincing with their material? And I picked Fonz to win that whole tournament based on me knowing who the judges were. Like when they announced the judges, I did a process of elimination. I said, they're going to like Fonz. But when I've seen that he was paired up with Jay Kruger, I was totally unsure. And even after the battle was over, I was a bit unsure. Jay Kruger is special. I know he had, his absence away from battle rap, and he'd come back and he'd go again. But brother, wherever you at, don't listen, I know life be lifing, but you punch and rap way too good to just be sitting idly by. And Fonz, he leveled up in that performance. He knew what he had to do to get that dub, and he got the dub. So shout out to both. Definitely a sleeper when it comes to not only just the ultimate I can't even say the the Ultimate Madness tournament, but a sleeper just from the URL catalog period. All right, so that's number 2. And at number 1, Bill Collector versus A Ward, man. Bill Collector versus A Ward. Like, I know people talked about it for a little bit based upon that one section that A Ward did with the BC era and all that. But that whole battle, oh man, Bill was in his bag. He was comfortable. What league was that? Is that like Crack Liberty or something like that? Was that Crack Liberty? Man, that battle was so good. I think I'm talking about it, but I haven't watched it in a minute. Like, I'm about to go watch it again. Like, I just thinking about the battle. the back and forth, the exchanges, the rebuttals, it's that battle got a lot of personality to it. So when you just think about Bill and A Ward, how A Ward be laughing and engaging with the crowd. When you think about how Bill Collector can be, 1 minute he can be serious, the next minute he can turn up, the next minute he's like a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about that, and then you hear the actual bars, the creativity, the lyricism, and the punching and scheming and all that, you're like, dog, this is one of them ones, and it continues to be one of them ones, and that's why it's the number one slept on battle in my opinion. You can leave your comments, because this is the thing. If you name some slept on battles, maybe somebody really has slept on it and never seen it. So if that's the case, put it in the comments. Hell, I may not have seen it. Maybe I might check it out. And if you want to check out some of these battles that I named, go right ahead. And then you can come back to this comment section and let me know what you guys think. All right, y'all have a good one. As always, peace and love. I'm out.